There is some breaking news that in fact we're getting at this point in time. Headlines Today has exclusive inside information from the BCCI camp on the Jadeja-Anderson controversy. Now, top sources in the BCCI have told Headlines Today that the BCCI will be speaking to their lawyers in London at 4 p.m. today to discuss this matter further and hopefully take a decision by late evening. The BCCI is very unhappy with the Gordon Lewis judgment. They feel that there is nothing that can be done, but they will definitely send a request letter to the ICC since only David Richardson can take the BCCI's matter further. Now, BCCI's top source also added that they are not feeling embarrassed at all on wasting so much money and not getting the desired result. So this is really the exclusive inside information that we are in fact getting from the BCCI camp. Borya Majumdar is still live with us. Borya, the BCCI clearly saying that they are not embarrassed about wasting money. They are in fact going to send a request letter to Dave Richardson of the ICC at this point in time. What do you make of these developments?
You know, this is along expected lines because the BCCI has to do something. It cannot sort of just appear to take things lying down when there's also reports which Headlines Today broke about a rift between the team management and the BCCI. They were not seeing eye to eye on this. Right. The BCCI saying the manager had gone and filed a complaint. But all said and done, however much you say it's not been an embarrassment, it has been an embarrassment. I mean, India has been ridiculed in front of the world. But there are far more important questions coming up. I mean, I was reading the Gordon Lewis judgment very closely. Right. And in that judgment, it's saying that Anderson used foul language, abusive language. And because you don't have video evidence, you let that person scot-free. What about the gentleman's game? So you can get away using foul language, abusive language against a particular player, and nothing will happen to you. What is the ICC doing? Will the ICC take note of this and take a very stern view of the matter? All the BCCI can do is request David Richardson. Perhaps they will do that as a face saver. But really, will that have any impact on James Anderson and the series? No, it won't. So all said and done, India continue to lose.
So, Borya, in a sense, what you're trying to say is that this is basically a symbolic protest that the BCCI is in fact registering, and this is only, this is the logical way forward, and that is why they are perhaps registering their protest, because they do feel that there is nothing that can be done at this point in time. So they're just sending a letter to the ICC because that is the logical next step.
It is symbolic. You know what will happen? The only logical step is they request David Richardson to appeal. Because it was an ICC case, David Richardson go ahead and appeal. But right. Even if he does appeal, Anderson will play the 4th test, he will play the 5th test. So tangibly, what is the impact on the series? Zero. So that is what I've been saying, that in actuality, in real terms, the BCCI can't do a thing after this judgment. What they should have done, they should have forced the hands of the Nottingham authorities, the ICC, that where is that clinching video evidence? How can you say there is no video evidence? And without that video evidence, how can Gordon Lewis say that abusive language is permitted? Actually, Gordon Lewis has gone on record saying Anderson agreed to using abusive language, and despite that, he got away. Now, that for me is shocking because that is not a gentleman's game being played out there.
Well, absolutely, definitely not a gentleman's game being played out there. Consulting editor Borya Majumdar, thanks for joining us live from London with that perspective. These are two stories that we're going to continue to track very, very closely here on Headlines Today.